You all are making me silly today.
Willie's over there.
I know. What's wrong with them? We'll have to pray for them special later on. So my mother and my sister were wildly creative. And my mother and my sister could both go out in the yard, and I often would witness them doing this, and they could collect leaves and sticks and stones and things that they found outside and come in and glue them to something, and it would just be this beautiful wreath or something else that you could hang up, or somebody would come over and say, "Oh my gosh, I want one of those. Will you make one for me?" And they would make one for them, and people would want to pay them all kinds of money for all the stuff they made. And somehow I got in a different line when God was giving out talent. And so I could go out and pick up the same leaves and sticks and other things that I found outside and, glue them to something, and somebody would say, "Who brought trash in the house?" Take that outside. And I took that quite personally for many years, that I couldn't do what they did. And they did it so easily. I mean, my sister would carve watermelons and make baskets out of them. And they were just so wonderful. And then she'd add other fruit and get toothpicks and have grapes stick in places. And, not me. So I really thought for a lot of years that I was not creative. I just thought that, and I compared myself to them relentlessly. Because I figured we're all related. How come I should have that too? I should be able to put some sticks and leaves together and make something right pretty to put up on the wall. But that never happened. And so I just always judged myself as less. Always. And I remembered after I stopped trying to compete with them in their game and drive in their lane, that I started to pay attention to what perhaps were my gifts, my unique gifts. And I still know that they're not in that arena. I was with some friends recently, and we were all relaxing together, having a girls' weekend, and we were gonna, I forget what we were coloring and making, there's all kinds of stuff to stick on the paper and pretty things and glitter sticks and everything, and theirs came out beautifully. And mine looked like a 2-year-old had been let loose on the table. And they kept saying, "Well, that's pretty cute." When people's voices go up a couple of octaves? Bless your heart, you made a little picture. And I kept looking at it and thinking, okay, yeah, I'm not, because they were folding theirs up nicely to take home and put on their desk, and I thought, okay, where's the trash can? Because I'm not taking this home. So, yeah, I'm still in my own lane. I'm not in the crafty, do stuff and make it pretty lane. But I do have my own gifts, and so I think from now on I stay away from the glue and all that other stuff and stick to the things I do well. But most of us, a lot of us, just go through life endlessly comparing ourselves to somebody or somebodies, whether in their families or not, and thinking we don't measure up because we're trying to drive in their lane. We're trying to have this gift that we think is wonderful, and we think we should be able to do that too. And if we can't, that something's wrong with us. We judge ourselves less because we can't do what they do in the way that they do it. And the fact is we won't do it. Because my mother didn't do it like my sister. And my sister didn't do it like my mother. And it showed up in ways for them that was just beautiful and free and just an experience for them that was fun and freeing, and they just loved to do it. And they could see things come together. They could see disparate things out in the world and then see them as a whole and create that whole. It's just amazing to me that they could do that. And so as we're living and doing this endless comparing of ourselves to others, I think sometimes we have to remember that we too have our own gifts. Something that we are just wonderful at. And that even if somebody else has a similar gift, they will not execute their gift like we do because we are different beings. We are different beings. And we bring to an experience our own energy, our own history, our own messages, our own memories, our own energy and strength and power, our own vision, whether it's physical vision or our emotional vision, the things that we see because what we're feeling. Our creative vision, our divine intelligence, our wisdom that we carry. There's something innate in each of us with our gifts that allows us to put something together like no one else will. I think because I speak for a living and teach for a living, that I'm cued to other people who speak. And now that I'm doing this, and I often pray with all of you, I listen to others' prayers, and I keep saying, my prayer's not as pretty as hers. Why can't I pray like that? Oh my gosh, how does she string those words together? And just a way where I sit and I go, oh my gosh, that was beautiful. How come my last prayer wasn't like that? And so here I am comparing myself again, and feeling less than, judging myself less than because I'm not doing something like somebody else will. And the truth is, I never will. In their uniqueness, they are perfect. In mine, I am perfect with the things that I do and say and what I bring to the table. All of you know you can be raised with siblings in the same house, same two parents, and you are very different people. My sister, my brother, and I couldn't be further apart in personality. Raised in the same house, same two parents. Because we came here with different abilities, different energy, different desires, different inspiration. Our minds work differently. We see the world differently. We see ourselves differently. And it wasn't until I got to the point where I could see each in its perfection and see me in my own perfection especially, that the comparison stopped. Well, sometimes. And then I compare again, and then I remember I'm beautiful and unique in my own right. And so are they. And so are they. And I think that's why I and others are disturbed now about participation awards. That everybody has to feel good because we all came and we tried to play football. Well, not everybody's a football star. And it doesn't mean you're less than, it just means you have a different gift. It just means you have a different gift. And yet we don't go there. We're not teaching our children as much anymore to value themselves as unique expressions. And that it's okay that maybe you don't score as many points because you're going to excel somewhere else. Your gift is somewhere else. But there's still something highly valuable in taking part in this endeavor, even as one who may not score points, that you're still contributing to the team, that there are still skills and things that you are learning, valuable things you are learning as you are doing what you do on the field that's different from others. That we learn how to fall and get up. That we learn how to lift others up. That we learn to celebrate with others when they excel. And then they get to celebrate with us when we excel. And that together we weave this fabric of life, of humanity that is gorgeous and wonderful and diverse and varied. All different flavors of ice cream in the same shop. All wonderful and beautiful. All wonderful and beautiful. We keep equating difference with less than. They talk now about GOAT, G-O-A-T, greatest of all time. And we pick out people that are the GOAT in this industry or that sport. Greatest of all time, greatest of all time. We are all a GOAT at something. At something. And it may not always be what it is. We love when Stefan touches the piano and makes it sing. And yet he's got other gifts. That may not be his only one. There may be other gifts that he pours out to the world that we don't see while he's sitting there. Sometimes what we do most often is not our greatest gift. In fact, for those of us who are running from our gifts or hiding from our gifts, our greatest gift is what we're hiding under the thickest, biggest shroud. Because we're afraid to let it loose. Or we've been told we're good at this thing, stay in that lane. Stay there, we like what you're doing there. And yes, you're good at what you're doing there. And you may excel at what you do. You could be masterful at what you're doing there, and your heart feels like there's something else that needs to break forth. Or perhaps you do something for 20, 30 years, and in year 31, something else is yearning to break free. And yet we get stuck in the lane, not realizing, like Pete read to us, that you can take control of the car, put your pedal to the metal, and shift lanes. And shift lanes, we're in control. We get to say where we want to sing in the world, how we want to sing in the world, how we want to express in the world and bless the world. It's not always the most obvious blessing. And only you know what that is. Only you know what that is. We were talking last week or a couple of weeks ago about whatever we're expressing now is just the tip of the iceberg. And we think that what's in front of us is all of it. It never is all of it. We just have to look below the water to see the fullness of what it is we've been given. The fullness of what we've been given. There's something always yearning to break free in us. And it's never going to look like what somebody else is doing or expressing. It's never going to be there. You're not the same person with the same experiences. Identical twins are still a little bit different. Still a little bit different somewhere, somehow. So what's happening? What are you expressing in the world? Are you truly using your gift? Are you choosing the gift that your heart, your soul, wants you to express in the world? Or are you endlessly comparing yourself with somebody else and thinking you can't let out what you have because somebody else is doing it better? Or somebody else is just doing it. Sometimes it's not better, they're just doing it. They got there first. So you think, well, I can't do mine. Got about 8 billion people on the planet. That's a whole lot of people available to bless with what we've brought to the world. And as different as we are in our gifts, we are different in what we appreciate and love in the world and what we need from each other. So even as one person, if they have a particular gift and yours is similar, they may bless a couple 100,000 who like it this way, and you're available to go bless a couple 100,000 or 1 million who likes your flavor of whatever that same thing is. There's something for everybody. And all of it is eternal, and all of it is necessary, and all of it is treasured. Just because yours is different doesn't mean it's not valuable. It is just as valuable. And there's no big or small. It's all magnificent. So there's no comparison between the teacher who has a kindergarten class and is teaching these little souls about their magnificence and giving them words, positive words to live by, and the one who cures cancer or to develop the next best medicine or figures out the next equation in the universe and says, oh, this is what's really happening. That last equation wasn't quite right. It's all magnificent. And so even though we're different, we are magnificent. We keep thinking that magnificence looks like one thing. Has one look, one feel. We are all magnificent in our uniqueness. We are all magnificent in our uniqueness. And so as the world is trying to get everybody to be the same and to have the same and to experience life the same, the reality is we're not, and we can't. Because we don't all come from the same place. We all have the same divine potential, but we all have different levels, not levels as in good or bad. We're different, we have different consciousness. And so we experience life differently. And it is all beautiful and all wonderful and all perfect. But we have to know that we are perfect in our expression as it is. Exactly as it is. Exactly as we are. Exactly as we are. And the more we can appreciate our own uniqueness and our own magnificence, we have so much energy to appreciate others' magnificence and uniqueness. The more you can say, I appreciate and love what I bring to the world, you have more energy to look at others in the eye and say, I appreciate what you bring to the world. And yours is different, and it is magnificent. We can all be good at many things. There's a whole lot of things we could do, a whole lot of jobs we could have. And yet there's probably just a few things that really, really speak to us, that are our gifts. Your job may not be your gift. Sometimes a job is just a job. A way to bring financial resources into your home, a way to contribute to something. And yet perhaps maybe your contribution is something else as well. As humans, we so often think in absolutes. It's got to be all this and none of that. I got to be full on here, and I can't look at anything else. There's only one path, and it's got to be straight. There's only room for one thing. I only got energy for that thing right there. And yet the reality is we have energy and we have wisdom and creativity for whatever we claim. For whatever we claim. For whatever we claim. Ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door is opened. So many of us have doors all around us, proverbial doors, and we're running around looking at the closed doors, moaning and complaining about how we don't have, and we never once walk up to one of those doors and open them. Never once. And then the universe gives you a new set of doors. And you look at those doors, and you walk around in the hall, moaning and complaining. Moaning and complaining. And we never once open up the door. We never ask. We don't ask for help. We don't put our hand on the doorknob and twist it. And we don't even peek inside to see what may be there. We just circle the hall. I'm tired, I don't have. Nobody likes me, nobody loves me. He left me. She left me. That job didn't work out. I don't know. They don't pay me enough. I don't have enough. I'm not going to get enough. My house is falling down. I can't afford anything. Can't have anything. Won't be anything. Everything they said about me is true. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God. Like Pete said, sitting in the car. Key in the ignition. Nobody's turning the key. Sitting in the car. And the universe is saying, I've got this whole glorious path, this whole glorious adventure for you. And we sit in the car and don't turn it on. And don't drive forward to say, what could this adventure, wonderful adventure be that's waiting for me, that has been given just to me, that nobody else gets to have? Because I'm a unique expression of the divine. And everybody's in their own car on their own adventure. We get to be on this super highway that is life together, waving at each other in other cars saying, hey, oh my God, I love what you're doing in your lane, and they're waving back. Instead, we're sitting in the car. Windshield wipers going, no rain. Battery running down. Folks, we have the power. You have the power for some important gift that you are here to express. That you are here. Only you can express. And if you don't express it, there's a void in the universe. Someone is not going to be served because you didn't express your gift. Someone will not be touched because you didn't express your gift. Someone will not be nourished. Their soul will not be nourished because you didn't express your gift. Someone will be left wanting because you didn't express your gift. And the reality is, you will be wanting as well because you didn't express your gift. It's all about you, and at the same time, it's not about you. Express your gifts and express them unapologetically, relentlessly, fully, boldly, and keep expressing them. Keep exploring what's below the tip of the iceberg, what's in the deep water. Explore the deep water. You have everything to do the deep dive. Everything, everything, everything. Know yourself as this divine, magnificent being. And shine so brightly that others have to get shades to be in your presence. Yes. It's what we were made for. That's what life is for. That's what life is for, to shine and shine brightly. To shine and shine brightly. Let's take this in a meditation. Breathe. Eyes closed. What gift might you have? That you keep playing with, or that you're comfortable with in shallow waters? And what might there be in deep waters for you? That big, massive, magnificent gift that you may not be sharing with the world because you're afraid of it or afraid of what people may say. Or afraid that you really aren't good enough or don't deserve it. Or that somehow karma is coming back and kicking your butt for something you've done or said. And so somehow you just don't get to have that gift. What do you need to release so that you can swim unencumbered in deep waters with that gift? What would it look like if you stepped into that gift masterfully, joyfully, gratefully. What would it feel like to heal even a little corner of the world with your gift, to touch another heart? Or many hearts, thousands of hearts, millions of hearts. What would it feel like to be so excited about who and what you are and what you're bringing to the world that you wake up every morning with a song on your lips? To be overflowing with gratitude for everything you've been given, everything you've been through, because everything led you to this moment of magnificence. What would that feel like? What would that feel like? And how might the word that has chosen you for 2023 have a hand in helping you swim those deep waters this year? Perhaps your word is faith. And you need to work on your belief in yourself and who you are as a divine being. Or your belief in the universe and its ultimate goodness. Perhaps your word is imagination. You need to expand your picture of goodness and perhaps what you deserve in life and what is possible in the universe. Perhaps your word is power. And you need to expand your concept of how much ability you have to make things happen. To manifest in the physical world. To bring the inner to the outer. Perhaps your word is strength. And you need to explore your ability to persist, to keep on keeping on, to give strength to others. Perhaps your word is order. And you need to dive deep into knowing that all things happen in their right and perfect time. And that you have the power to shift and move with those priorities. That you are one with the flow of the universe. And you too are a part of that divine flow, that divine order that is life. And that all things are happening for good right here, right now, as they are. Maybe your word is zeal. And you're going to dive deep into the waters knowing that you have the energy, the power, the enthusiasm, the God power to do all that you are called to be and do. You have all you need to go from the shallow to the deep waters. To fly in the high skies where only the eagles roam. To explore and to express your magnificence as only you can explore and express it. And so we breathe in this moment. Breathing in magnificence, exhaling magnificence. Inhaling it, knowing that it is you by divine right. That all others are magnificent in their own way. And we all get to shine and shine bright and set this world on fire. A fire that is cleansing, healing, renewing, nourishing, that will fuel future generations with goodness and wisdom, with power and strength, and all that they need to live magnificent lives. So we take a deep breath in, saying yes and thank you for life. Exhale, knowing that your gift is infinite, magnificent, beautiful, treasured, needed in this time and space, because you are here in this time and space. And so we say thank you for our magnificence. Thank you for the gifts that I only have. Thank you for the lane I've been given, for the adventure I've been called to. Thank you for all the energy that I need to do what I'm called to do in this world. Thank you for a body that helps me execute all that I need to execute. For wisdom and intelligence to know and to do and to manifest. Thank you for joy and life and goodness and love overflowing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it shall be.